Hello. Hey, performance arts class. How are you? Trying to I wear the hat to keep the glare. See that glare? So I put the hat on to cover up the glare, but I don't want it to cover up my eyes. I look really kind of weird. Anyway, um, it's Monday morning. I hope you are well. Um, Many of you turned in your arguments last week, and I appreciate that. If you're one of those people who hasn't, please do so today. Um, Keep in mind when you argue, um, I've watched one student, and that one student I watched, she, her first argument had, here's my claim, marijuana's bad. Here's my evidence, read the evidence. Here's the impact, da 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 da. And then she went on to number two. And when she went on to number two, she didn't say the claim. She just started with the evidence. So make sure, those of you who haven't done it yet, make sure every time you have to have a claim, even if you're repeating the claim 3 times, marijuana's bad for your health. That's your first claim. And then you read the evidence because it screws up your memory. And then the impact is, I can't remember. Think about it. And then your second claim is marijuana is bad for your health. And the evidence says it screws up your lungs. And the impact is you can't breathe and you'll drop dead when you're 40. And then your third is marijuana is bad for your health. But that claim, you got to have that claim every time. Claim, evidence, impact. Okay. So those of you who haven't recorded yet, make sure you got that. And then everyone, I would like to see everyone's DI at the end of the week recorded and turned into Google Classroom. And this is your first video of it. You'll have 2 videos. I'll record it and send it back to you and say, hey, here's what you need to work on. So this week is kind of catch-up week because we've got a few people who haven't recorded their arguments yet. Need to do that. And then, then everybody needs to practice their DI some and then record it and get that turned in so I can take a look at those as well. And then next week, I need to get the scheduling figured out, but I'm going to be asking you to sign up for debates. We're going to go ahead and start debating, and I'll get the schedule out to you in the format. It's probably going to be what, person A is going to argue for it. They're going to give 2 arguments for it, and then there's going to be a cross-examination part where the person against it gets to ask the other person questions, and then the negative person gets to argue against it, and then the affirmative team, who is for it, first of all, gets to ask questions. So each one of you is going to have a little segment where you get to ask questions back and forth. So for it speaks, answers questions from the negative. Then the negative speaks and then answers questions from the affirmative, right? And then the negative sums up their arguments and the affirmative sums up theirs. Something like that. I'll type it up for you and we'll go over it before then. But anyway, that's what we're doing is this week, get your arguments recorded if you haven't, and record your DI. Next week, we'll start our debates. Okay? Again, if you got any questions, please feel free to email me, and I'll get back to you. So take care, and stay warm. Got a little chilly. So goodbye.